Hey everybody, I'm Chris. Welcome to my channel. The day has come. I have finally managed to get my hands on the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. So if you want to see how it looks, how it performs, and how it wears, stay exactly where you are because we're getting into it right now. My box got a little grimy in the mail. It's not quite white anymore. That's okay though because that's irrelevant. Oh, it looks so luxurious. And it feels that way too. So at least we know on packaging they spared no expense. Now it says on the bottle, shake well. I shook it very well. Now let's see a run test. Let's see how watery it is. Oh. It's actually not very watery at all. Not that I have a problem with watery foundations, but I feel like knowing the texture of your foundation before you buy it is pretty important. And based on that, I'm going to assume coverage is gonna be great. The Triclone Skin Tech Medium Coverage Foundation. A medium buildable coverage, high performance, weightless, clean foundation infused with our proprietary fermented arnica that helps reduce redness, helps even skin tone, and protects from environmental stress. Suitable for all skin types, including sensitive and acne prone. Haus Tech powered, TM, with 20 plus skincare ingredients, including our patent pending fermented arnica. Comes in 51 shades. For a first foundation launch for a brand, that's pretty impressive. And the color range, oh my gosh. I'll put a picture right up here so you can see how many different shades there are and what that range is. They get really dark. It looks really inclusive. That's so exciting. Could this be a foundation I can use on dark skin clients? Because the struggle is real, and I'm not even the one that has to use it. For primer, using one of my all-time favorites, the Winky Lux Whipped Cream Primer. This primer is pore filling and only slightly mattifying, so it's not gonna cause too much of a difference of my skin or the finish of my skin because I want to see what this foundation looks like without anything else changing it. By the way, you guys like my new light brown hair? That's what the Pravana box said was light brown. It also said to use 1 to 1.5 ratio of developer, and me, not thinking I needed to read instructions, did 1 to 1. Maybe that's why I got black, but it was not supposed to be black. I was trying to just go back to my original color. Needless to say, I now have black hair, perfect for Halloween. Look at me go. The universe wanted me to have black hair for Halloween. And I'm sure once it starts fading, I'm gonna get some orange tips because that's what's underneath. It's gonna be great, can't wait. Anyway, Haus Labs foundation. On the Haus Labs website, it does say you can use a fingers or a brush to apply, so naturally, we're doing both. We're gonna be using a super trendy Artiste brush on the right side, and an even more trendy left hand on the left side. Let's start out with 2 pumps. Ready, set, go. Ooh. Hey, I think the shade match is okay. Ha 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 ha. Oh, P.S. I got the shade 200, light, medium, neutral. That actually looks really skin-like. It's not really changing any of the texture of my skin itself. It's just kind of covering the discoloration. That does look a little yellow to be a neutral though. Actually, that's quite a lot of yellow to be a neutral. Wow, they were not kidding when they said buildable. You can easily tell that the coverage is built up the most right here because that's where I went in with it originally. But even taking the excess from here and blending it upward, the finish here, it's a little bit lighter of coverage, not quite that medium to medium full coverage that this is giving me, but it's still giving me enough coverage that it's evening out my complexion, making my skin tone really fresh and nice without adding a lot of texture or weight to the skin. Literally, I feel nothing on my skin. It just feels like some skincare. Even though the yellow tone is throwing me off a little bit, this is gorgeous on the skin. Now for the finger side, I'm using 1 pump. If 2 pumps did that with a brush, I feel like a half pump is probably necessary for the finger side because we're not soaking up any product with our fingers. Oh, this feels so good on the skin. Even running my fingers over it, I just want to keep doing that. So far, I'm so surprised that using my fingers didn't mix up with all the skincare I had on and get all messy and patchy, but that didn't happen at all. It just melted into my skin. Now I can tell for sure the only thing that's not gonna work for the whole finger application is I got a beard. And to get foundation mixed in and not make my beard look super patchy and gross looking, I gotta use a brush. This is 3 pumps. Look at my skin. It looks so good. No discoloration, no blemishes. My skin looks blurred and I can't feel a thing. Now to conceal, using the REM Beauty Concealer in the shade Light 6 In. I'm attempting to stay away from highlighting with this concealer. I just want it to cover my dark circles and maybe highlight just a little bit. But I don't want to see how the concealer wears, I want to see how the foundation wears. Because the website said use fingers or brush, I really don't know how this is going to work out with a sponge, but I gotta blend my concealer out with a sponge. I got to. So we're just gonna blend it and hope that it doesn't mess up the foundation as well. Luckily, knock on wood, I don't see any problems where I put the sponge on the foundation. It doesn't look like it peeled anything up, it just looks like the concealer mixed with the foundation beautifully. Now for some bronzer, and yet again, it's Winky Lux. This is the bronzing stick in the shade Sun Goddess. So what do you think of the finished look? Is it gorgeous? Now let's add some cream blush from Dominique Cosmetics in the shade Warm Peach. And a little bit of dewy highlight from Ciate London. Now normally I like to set my face because I typically crease quite a bit. I'm not as young as I used to be, especially since I just turned 27 for the 5th time on September the 10th. 27, man, it's a tough age. But I digress. The point is that I really like the way my face looks right now, even before setting it. I'm not getting any creasing at all, anywhere, not even my 11s, which always crease super fast. But this is just the first 20 minutes. We still have an entire day to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and go do dishes, clean my makeup brushes because they really need cleaned, and play some Grounded on Xbox. So the next time I see you guys will be for our first check-in. Hopefully it looks just as good later as it does currently. Hey you guys, so I stepped outside to get some vitamin D, ya nasty, and I just wanted to show you guys what this looks like in the sunlight. It's so pretty. It looks natural, it looks fresh, it looks flawless. That sun is burning my eyes. It looks so good. And it's only been about 2 hours. It's not like this has been a long wear test so far. Just stepping outside and seeing it, I had to show you guys. This is what it looks like not set in the sunlight. Well, not this. This is shaded. But you know what I mean. We are now at about 4 hours. So how do you guys think my skin looks? I think it looks a little glowy, a little dewy. We can't really go off of the highlighted part of my face because it's very dewy. The highlighter itself was very dewy, but if we look at the parts of my skin where there is no highlighter, it is very glowy. And I have dry skin, so this is complementing my skin very well. My forehead is definitely a little more glossy than I would like, but that's also hiding any of my fine lines that might have been visible. Going forward though, I'm definitely going to set this. It's looking really wet still. Just had an idea. I want to try some blotting paper and see if I can make this not so shiny but still look as perfect as it does. Oh, look at that. It's like magic. Ooh, wow, it's really picking up that glow too. Man, am I getting more oily as I age? Is this something that's happening to me? I didn't think I sweat anymore, but I guess I did because that took a lot of the shine away. It still looks really good though, really fresh. It's not splotchy anywhere. It looks really, really good. We have officially hit the 8-hour mark. Let's zoom in and look at my face. So the first thing I notice, obviously, is I'm very glowy. It is a very dewy skin. Again, we can't count the cheekbones because that highlighter is a very dewy highlighter. But if we look at the cheeks and the skin and the pores and the flawlessness that this foundation has achieved, it's beautiful. Albeit extra dewy, but beautiful. I will say, as someone with normal dry leaning skin, I will definitely be setting this foundation the next time I use it. I never have to use blotting paper, and I wouldn't say I necessarily had to use it when I did use it, but it did make a dramatic difference, and I kind of liked the way it looked without being so glassy and glossy and that mirror type finish. Now, if you're really, really dry, go for it. If you want that dewy glow, this will give you that if you don't set it. But going forward, I will for sure set it. All in all though, I'm thoroughly impressed with the way this moved with my skin. I'm telling you, I get a lot of action right here in this area. And for this to have just barely be creasing, I really enjoy that. Even the creasing that I do have, I wouldn't even necessarily call it creasing. It's just where the foundation is moving with my skin. To me, creasing looks like a fold. It looks like, well, like concealer looks whenever your under eyes crease. I guess to me, it just seems more like a natural creasing, probably because it's so dewy. It's sort of plumping the skin a little bit. And that's gotta come back to all of the skin benefits inside the foundation. To me, it's just magical. I haven't really experienced a foundation like this, at least not in this way, so I will be curious to use it again after I set it. If you'd like to be updated on that, make sure you hit subscribe and hit the notification bell right beside subscribe so that you'll be alerted every time I upload a new video. Sometimes I mention previous products that I've talked about that I've used again, so you'll have to be paying attention for those little snippets every now and then. Hands down, Haus Labs is definitely one of my top faves now. For sure worth the $45 I paid for it. I will pay for it again and again, and I can't wait to try this out on clients as well, especially deep skin clients. I just want to see how the shade range is and how I can play with it and create. Anyway guys, that's enough from me. I hope you enjoyed the review of the Haus Labs Tri-Clone Skin Tech Foundation. You have no idea how many times it took me to get that right. If you liked this video and you wanted to leave me a thumbs up, that'd be really awesome. Also, if you'd like to see any of my looks, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing out of this video, if you gain nothing out of any of my videos, then please at least gain this. And that is to always remember and to never forget that you are absolutely beautiful. And I love you guys. Bye.